Today's lesson for ninth grade careers class has to do with building a resume. So I thought it would be helpful if I pulled up my resume for all of you to be able to see here. And so you can kind of see, how I built mine, what I've been doing, all right? So normally underneath your name here has your address and your phone number and your email, but I took that out because, well, I don't really want all you kids contacting me. So, yeah, sorry. All right, I started off with education on mine. You can see my education here. What I've done through some of my classes when I'll be licensed as a teacher. The date range is over here. When I got my master's degree and when I got my undergrad degree. I highlighted the GPA in both of these. I probably could have put the GPA on this one too because that's pretty good, 3.67 I believe it is. Okay, so then I have down here my work experience, all right? So Malacca High School business education teacher, and everything that I do in Malacca High School and how I do it and what I'm doing to be successful, additional duties, additional tasks, some of the things that I work with, some of the software I work with, all the different information. So I also have down here some of my extracurriculars, what I do. I'm a high school basketball official and I'm okay? I serve on a school board up in Sebeka, so I have that in here. And then I have my military accomplishments, which spill onto a second page. Most of the time on a resume, you only want it to be one page, but in this case, I just have so much that I do that I want to spill it onto a second page. Okay, so it talks about my military career, everything I've done, and then I also put down some coaching experience that I have for basketball. Okay, so that's what my resume looks like. So now, how are we going to get you guys to build a resume? Well, I'm going to show you. So, if you open up a Google Doc on your computer, all right, you're going to see up here when you open up Google Docs that you have these resume templates. And you can go up here into the template gallery and click on it. And you're going to get a whole bunch more. This shows you how to write an essay, how to do a report, okay, an MLA report, class notes, a book report. This is really a great feature, okay? Lesson plans for teachers, how to write a lesson plan, letters, how to write a business letter, okay? An informal letter. And then we get down to the R's and we got these different resumes, okay? So there's these different things you can use, all right? It's up to you which style you want to use. That you can see one of them has your name right here, one has it here, one has it here, here. Okay, there's all these different setups. I'm going to go for, I'm going to do the spearmint one, okay? So you're going to click on this, all right? Now, so what you guys are going to do then, so you've got this resume open, go up here and name it, so that way hey, this is my resume. You can actually click right here, and you see how you're in your drive. If you have a careers folder, you can go ahead and click on this and move it right into your careers folder, okay? Then it's going to save and organize for you. Otherwise, just make sure it's in your drive, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is start with my name, okay? And then I'm going to put down the job that I do. Oops. So I'm a high school business teacher. And this is where you put your personal address, your city, your phone number, and your email, okay? If you have a personal email, you can put that in there. If you don't, you can put your school email. So take some time, pause the video, and put this in there, okay? Then some skills, all right? So now we need to come up with some skills that you're good at, okay? And some things that you do. One thing you might want to do is you could click here, and maybe you want bullet comments for your skills, all right? So you could put down, for you students, you could put down, excellent communication. So I've got in here excellent communication, okay? That's a skill maybe that some of you students have, Another skill maybe that some of you students want to add is, some of you are really good with computers, so you can put avid user of Google and Microsoft software, okay? All right, those are some skills that you have, okay? Maybe some of you, for other skills, you can type 45 words per minute, okay? That's another skill, all right? So think of try to think of 2 to 5 skills that you have, okay? You don't want to put things in there like great at sleeping for long periods of time. That makes you sound lazy, right? So great at tipping my four-wheeler over, all right? You don't want to put things like that in there. So now let's go down to your job experience. Now some of you might not have any job experience, okay? Some of you might have a job right at Teals, okay? Some of you might work at Cook's Hardware. Some of you might work for your dad or your mom or your uncle, you know, as a mechanic, all right? So you can put any of that in there. Some of you might babysit. So you could literally put babysit. And you don't have to have, you know, you can just put in the Malacca, Minnesota area, okay? All right. Whoops, I didn't spell babysitter right, so I better go fix that. All right, so you're a babysitter, okay? What's the job title? You could put like child care provider. Okay? So, you know, how long have you been doing it? Try to think back to the first time you started babysitting. Maybe you started in June of 2015, okay? And you've been doing it to the present. All right? So now what you want to do is you want to delete these 2 lines here and you want to start whoops. You want to delete these 2 lines here and you want to start talking about what do you do, okay? So some of the things babysitters do: cook and prepare meals for, and talk about how many kids. Numbers are good in a resume. For 5 children, all right? If that's the most that you babysit for one family, put the most. If you babysit 2 for one family and 1 for another, put 2, so you have the most number in there, okay? That tells this person that's reading your resume, hey, I cook and prepare meals for 5 children. Resumes are meant to help get you a job someday. Okay? Now, cook and prepare meals for 5 children. Something else that you do. Prepare, well, I should probably spell it right. Prepare children for bedtime routine, okay? What that's telling them, you know, is, hey, I'm getting them ready for bed, I'm setting them up, I'm reading stories to them, okay? Maybe you facilitate fun activities for children, okay? So those are some options if you do babysitting work, okay? Here's what a job would look like, okay? So Teals Market, all right? Maybe some of you work at Teals, okay? Malacca, Minnesota. You know, maybe you're a shelf stocker, bagger. Maybe you're a cashier, all right? So let's say you worked at Teals for 6 months. Let's say you worked from June 2016 to December 2016, okay? So maybe you inventoried grocery items to maintain, tell them why you did it. Inventory grocery items to maintain appropriate stock numbers. If you work at a convenience store, you know that, hey, you need to have the right numbers so you know what can be on the shelves and what can be sold and what can't. Okay? Maybe another thing you did there is you worked as a cashier. All right, worked as a cashier, okay? Now, if these are the only 2 jobs you have, you can delete this. If you had a 3rd job, fill it out, okay? I'm giving you guys examples. And put more things down. If you do more things than just work as a cashier and maintain inventory, you know, maybe you put bag groceries for elderly customers, okay? You know, what are you doing? All right, your education. All right, what you want to do is you want to start with the highest first. So I always start with my college degrees first. You, as students, are going to put the high school name. Malacca Public Schools. Okay? Malacca, Minnesota. High school diploma. Okay? So your time in high school is 9th through 12th grade. Now for me, I spent my entire career at one school. So for example, I put January 1990 to May 2002. That's when I attended Speaka Public School, okay? For you as students, if you were here the whole time, you know, whatever your start date was, whenever you started going to school, but you're going to put your graduation date. So you guys' graduation date is going to be May 2021, okay? And then you need to subtract off 12 for that. You know, so you're going to go back when you first started school. You probably started in September, I'm guessing 2009, somewhere around there, wherever you did, okay? Now, if that's all you did here, you're not a great academic student, or you didn't play basketball, or you didn't do stuff, you know, or whatever the case may be, that's all the information you're really going to have. Maybe if you got a good GPA, you can put, you got a GPA of 3.25. If you got a GPA of 3.25 or better, I'd put it in there, okay? If you're going to graduate as an honor student, you can put honor student on there, all right? Okay, the last thing that they talk about in here is awards. So same thing, you know, to make this look better, if you want to bullet point it, you can go in there and bullet point it and talk about your awards. I probably should have bullet pointed this too, make it look better, okay? So talk about any awards you might have, all right? Then when you're all done with this resume, you can go ahead and turn it into Google Classroom, all right? And then you're also going to attach it to your Google site, but I'm going to show you how to do that in a later video. Thanks for watching.